What is good, JVS? We are back with another video. We are here with the review for the first batch of episodes for Gen V, and this was a fantastic start to the season. Uh, I can't express how much I enjoyed these 3 episodes. And I know jumping off the rip, you guys are gonna be like, okay, like this is just gonna be positive. This is gonna be BS. I genuinely enjoyed it. I was extremely nervous seeing how they were going to handle certain situations, and to jump the gun. Of course, Chance. We were curious on how they were going to do his character justice, do him justice, and I mean, right off the rip, the 4 Chance was extremely touching. I the whole situation. I mean, the cast really. They really put everything in here, and it's like it shows with certain scenes when they are talking about Andre. It's extremely brutal because it's like you can only imagine how the actors are feeling in that moment, and it's just it just made it so much more emotional because like it's I mean he was so young, and on top of that, these you got to understand how these casts work. Like these are people who are with each other nonstop. Like they become family for the time being, and it's just it's hard, and I can only imagine what it's like when you lose someone who like a castmate, for an example, and then having to still put that energy into mentioning that character that they played, and it's a very heavy situation, very delicate situation, and I personally think that they handled it well. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say personally. Um, all around, it's a sad situation, but I am very curious to hear what you guys have to say. That's for the whole Andre situation. And I think when they dive into things, I think it's really smart that they're not, of course, showing anything, but just alone when it came to Kate touching Jordan and for her to kind of get hit with all of those emotions, that was a lot. And at the same time, I think it was extremely impactful because the audio, of course, the editing for that specific moment was heavy. The screams, the cries for help, the desperation, everything was in that small piece of audio, and it was so impactful, and it really made you feel that entire moment. And on top of that, the actress for Kate, um gotta pull up her name, Maddie Phillips. I mean, of course I saw her in Teenage Bounty Hunter. I think that's what it was. I remember loving that show. She was fantastic in that, so to see her in this, fantastic. Even to see her in The Boys was fantastic. But just the emotion behind some of these characters, such as her, when they find out what happened to Andre, was just it was a lot. It was a lot. And we get the same thing later on when it came to Marie, when Marie found out. And then when Sam found out, and Sam, an emotional wreck this season. Especially the first, I'm talking about this batch of episodes, emotional wreck to start it off. And we understood how he was mentally in the first season, and Emma being there to kind of ease his soul it was a good plus because it was a healthy way, a healthy person, not necessarily a healthy person, but a healthy outlet, if you will, compared to Kate literally just having him like clean his memory of the pain. So it's a very different to see how they're kind of handling things, and the fact that Jordan is now that person that he relies on is just extremely interesting to me because I feel like to have I don't know if I don't necessarily remember them interacting so much in the first season. So I am really looking forward to seeing just them kind of patching up different characters together and or linking up different characters and seeing how just different dynamics kind of grow when it comes to season 2 as a whole. Um Marie is a highlight for me. I want to say she's always been great, but episode 3 we have that sequence with her and Aunt Pam, and it was heavy, very heavy. We know how important it is for Marie to find Annabeth, and we understand how crazy that whole situation is. And we could probably understand from Annabeth's perspective on why she doesn't want to be involved with Marie, especially with her whole parent situation. It's one of those situations where you can understand that it wasn't Marie's fault, but you can also understand accident or not, like her parents are gone too. Like she is extremely fine. It is extremely fair for her not to want to be involved, but at the same time, from our perspective, it's like, dude, like it wasn't Marie's fault. So it really brings the question, like who do we kind of side with in that situation? Obviously, we're siding with. I mean, I'm siding with Marie due to the fact that it's Marie, and we've grown to love her. But they do this on more than one occasion where you can understand the point of view of more than one character. And for an example, I am specifically talking about Jordan and Marie. Jordan, extremely passionate about the whole situation with Andre. Um, we can understand why he was pissed. He didn't want anything to do with Marie. Emma kept mentioning Marie, kept shutting it down. That's all that was happening, and especially in that first episode. And for him to, or for them to be like, hey, like you weren't there. You chose to leave, and you chose to leave us behind. Extremely valid. Watching especially someone leave, like someone that you are like you love, somebody that you were so close to, watching them leave, and then of course you being stuck in that same hellhole, obviously going to be tough. You're going to feel that betrayal. But from Marie's point of view, with her barely escaping, with her knowing she was going to probably not be able, like if she knew she could take them, she would have taken them. It's just one of those crazy situations, and it was just really kind of hard to see how they kind of handled that. But at the same time, they added even more layers on it, because we have Jordan, who was straight up blaming her at this point, and then we have blaming her for Andre's death. But then it came out that Andre had the same issue that his father had, and that was that neurological situation. With anytime they use the powers, it's like legit risking their well-being. And of course, none of them knew about that when it came to Andre. But we had Cypher coming out here who was talking about it, and Marie's again not believing it, and Jordan's not believing it. But then it's just, the more you think about it, the more you're like, okay, this could be a possibility. So there's a lot of questions that are behind it, and it kind of raises the blame a little less from her. And not to say she was exactly to blame in the first place. I know a lot of you are gonna have different opinions than me, and I'm really excited to kind of hear you guys out and talk to you guys about it. So make sure we're being civil, but I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Not only, of course, in the review over here, but if you guys want to check out my reactions over on my channel for every episode that they've dropped for this season, make sure to go do that. But appreciate the support. But it's just, it all comes down to like how you guys are feeling, and that goes the same way with the whole Annabeth situation. I mean, it's just like you can understand it from both point of views, but ultimately, like I'm curious to see how you guys are, or what you guys are siding with. Um, all in all, like I am impressed with what they've done with this first 3 episodes. Um, the action, of course, has been there. I'm looking forward to seeing even more, though. Some of the characters that we were introduced to are insane. Of course, some of these college kids have abilities that are just so extreme. It's just insane to watch, and the show constantly delivers like WTF moments and just cringe moments, and it's fantastic. There is so many moments where I'm just like, oh my god, why are they doing that? And it makes it so much more fun to watch. So I was 100% locked in certain sequences due to how crazy they were like doing things. Like, so, for example, the guy that can literally suck up stuff with his butt. I am in awe that I'm even recording myself saying a line like that. But the boys universe as a whole is no stranger to when it comes to stuff like that. For an example, the guy that shrunk and then went up the dudes. I don't even want to relive that, man. We got a reaction up there of me like watching it and then just screaming, because it's a lot. And they do the same thing here. They have a lot of moments that you're just like, why am I locked into this? And I will say, despite the scary and gross stuff, they do a really good job with getting you kind of like sucked in and locked in. I don't know if I have been as locked in as I was when it came to like a specific scene, dramatic scene, emotional scene, whatever, as I was with Marie and her aunt. When that whole situation was going down, I was so locked in. It was ridiculous. I was just absorbing literally everything they were saying. The pain behind it, the fear that Pam must have felt, and of course that Annabeth must have felt. I mean, hell, Marie was probably scared at first too. I mean, not being able to control a power such as that. And then we have the whole situation with Starlight appearing, which was fantastic. We got a lot of deep as well, which is great. But Starlight appearing, and then of course her talking about Odessa and how important that was fantastic. And then of course finding out about Odessa, which happens to be Marie. Marie is the weapon. Really excited to see how kind of that plays out. And I think Cypher, it's really interesting to see how that plays out. Of course, him being the one who delivered her, but at the same time, yeah, he's kind of the bad guy in the situation. But whether he has other, like an ulterior motive or whatever the case is, him having Marie in that class to kind of unlock even more potential is an issue for Vought. And I don't understand. I know that this guy is thinking several steps ahead. So I don't know if he's secretly on our side. I don't know what the case is, but I truly believe that he is a lot smarter than being like, hey, like let's unlock your potential so you can be even more of a threat to us. Like I don't understand the thought process kind of behind that. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but realistically, we saw that situation with her fighting that guy with the hammer when they were all kind of like fighting for their lives, and she was straight up slowing his heart down. And I don't know if she could have went for the kill if she wanted to. Obviously, she was just trying to get a hold on his heart, and then he like just started to back up, which I thought was an amazing scene, by the way. But them diving into that, diving into more of that later on, I don't know if she straight up, if she instead of went for the heart, but kind of went for just kind of draining the blood from the brain, however that works. I don't know if like they would not be able to think of ways to kind of fix that, because of course when you stop the heart he was still able to think and be like, okay, I can do this. And like I'm trying to think on how else her powers could work, because Cypher's over here like, hey, like there are other ways you can handle this. Like you can like why do you cut yourself? Is that the way that you use your abilities? And it's like just interesting to see him kind of like giving her all this advice when he understands how much of a threat she is. And he even says like at one scene like I know you want to dive over this desk and like rip out my throat with your teeth. And it's like, dude, like chill. But at the same time, yes, yeah, she does. And it's they handle that just in a very 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 interesting way. But it's fair to say that Marie is a big threat, and it's going to be really interesting to see how her powers can evolve. And Cypher, of course, is a very interesting character. Really excited to see how his abilities work, but it should be interesting. But we saw him; he even just dipped at the end with Jordan when Jordan painted a target on his back, like he did that just straight up. And of course, now people are just he just wanted people to know the truth. Like it's not the Starlighters. It has nothing to do with them. Vought's lying. There's just so many different layers, and he's trying his best to reveal it. It's scary stuff, but realistically, with him being in the number one position, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle it. Going into episode 4, specifically because it's like now we're going weekly by weekly. It's going to be interesting to see how they kind of touch up on that, and if any heroes are going to pop up and kind of talk about that or confront him on it. It's gonna bring a whole bunch of different questions, and I'm here for it. The one thing I need to see is the bee lady. I am so excited to see how she goes. She has made it clear if she stings, she will die. I'm interested to see how that works. I am a sick man. It needs to happen. Either way, I think that this batch, this start, whatever, has been fantastic, and I am so looking forward to more of this. Big thank you to everyone that has been watching the content. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are fantastic. I look forward to just dropping more stuff for you guys. Not only reactions on my channel, but we will be dropping more reviews. If you guys are into weekly reviews, I would love to have you guys here. Just let us know that you want more weekly reviews, and we will do that. Just let us know. Of course, over here on TeamJVS, if you want to see other people be in the reviews with me, let me know, and we can try to make that work. The more the merrier, of course. But we just want to hear your thoughts. We want to be able to kind of start a conversation. So if you guys want to share your thoughts below, feel free to do it. We love interacting with you guys in the comment section, so make sure to do that. Liking goes a long way. Showing support to the JVS TikTok and JVS Instagram. Of course, go do that. Everything's down below. Same thing with my socials. You can check out my channel down below. All the support is greatly appreciated from everyone. So make sure you guys are checking us out, and we appreciate you guys. We hope you're doing well. If you guys, again, if you want more content, talk to us. That's all you got to do. And if you guys are interested in watching a live stream, I might go live every week on my channel talking about it if I get enough people talking and letting us know that you want it. So let us know, and we are looking forward to just having people on that watch the show. So go crazy down below, talk to us, and we will see you soon. Stay safe. Peace out, guys.